Hey gang, what is going on? My name is S1, I'm a writer from Montreal, Canada, and today I'm going to be combining an acrylic pouring with graffiti lettering to create this mixed media canvas. This piece starts completely abstract and ends with a clean, sharp graffiti burner right on top. I'll walk you through the full process from the pour to masking to spray paint and finally the hand-drawn details by marker. So let's get into it.
Alright, so we got this brand new canvas right here. I don't know, 8.5 by 14, not sure. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some thumbtacks on there so I can raise it up and it doesn't stick to the table after. Now the second thing that's also super important is to make sure that this is leveled. If it's not leveled, when you're going to pour the paint and let it dry, everything's going to leak off the side. We don't want that, right? So let's check this out. Alright, now that we got this done, let's look at our colors, okay? So I got some black, I got some dark purple, I got some light purple, and I got some gold. The gold one, I put some rubbing alcohol in, so that will create more pearls when I pour it onto the canvas. And I'm going to be trying something that I've never done before. I'm going to pour all my colors layer by layer into this empty cup here. And I'm going to pour this cup on. We're going to see what it does. I've never done it, I've seen it done before. I'm going to try it out and check it out. I saved some of that black to make a base on the canvas. I'll pour some out now. I'm going to pour this cup on top and I'm going to try to make a design out of it. Voila, this is how it's done. Now, because I poured the paint, there's going to be some air bubbles in there that I don't want because that's going to pop at the end and make a real weird design. So what I'm going to use is this blowtorch. I'm going to heat it up. That's going to burst all the bubbles, and that's going to make the pearls really form and start to come to the surface.
I always start these canvases with an acrylic pour. For this background I wanted something dark, moody and organic, something that would contrast hard with the graffiti on top. I mixed my acrylics with Flavortrol, a pouring medium, until they had a smooth, fluid consistency. I'm not trying to over control this part, the beauty of acrylic pouring is letting the paint do its thing. Once the background was fully dry, it was time to prep for the graffiti. I covered the canvas with green painter's tape, making sure that everything was smooth and sealed down properly. Then I traced my graffiti piece directly onto the tape. This part is all about planning, letter structure, balance and flow. Even though the background is abstract, the graffiti on top needs to feel intentional. After tracing the outline, I carefully cut out the inside of the letters using a sharp blade. This creates a clean stencil right on the canvas. Taking your time here is key. Clean cuts mean cleaner spray lines, but also you're making sure you're not cutting through the canvas itself. With the stencil ready, it was time for spray paint. I chose bright greens to really pop against the dark fluid background. I applied the paint in light, even passes, no rushing, no heavy coats. The goal here is full coverage without bleeding under the tape. Once the paint dried, I carefully removed the tape, and this is always one of the most satisfying moments. Oh yeah. You get that crisp contrast, raw abstract texture underneath, sharp graffiti on top. At this stage, it already looks solid, but it's not finished yet. To bring the piece to life, I went back in with acrylic paint markers. This is where the graffiti really starts to breathe. I added outlines, 3D, and small details to sharpen the letters and give them dimension. The markers allow for way more control than spray paint alone. I also like the contrast between the spray texture and the hand-drawn lines. It adds that raw, handmade graffiti feel. This step ties everything together, the abstract background, the stencil work, and the lettering style. And this is the final piece. I really love how the fluid background and the structured graffiti play off each other. It's messy and clean at the same time, which is exactly what I was going for. This technique is a great way to mix fine art and graffiti without losing the identity of either. If you enjoyed this process, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more graffiti, canvases, and experiments like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay up.